I am informed that we need to take the viewer to Garissa, where my colleague Abdiaziz Hashim is with the CS in charge of the housing docket, that is Alice Wahome, and he would like to have that conversation with her. Let's just join my colleague in Garissa right now.
Good morning to you, Betty Kiptum. Of course, we are camping here in Garissa town. This is the Garissa Township, and one of the critical projects that is set to be spearheaded by the national government, that is the affordable housing project, which has been the norm across the country. And in this particular Garissa Township, the projects are ongoing. We showed you that yesterday, and today joining us will be the Cabinet Secretary for Lands, that is Miss Alice Wahome, just to tell us about how many house units are we expecting in this particular area and how many people have gotten to be employed in this particular project that is ongoing across the country. Quickly, CS, let me rope you in. Thank you for joining us on KBC Live, Channel 1. Waziri, how many houses are we looking to build here in Garissa?
You said your name is?
Abdi.
Abdi, thank you very much. Abdi, we are here to receive His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, who is our guest for purposes of foundation laying of this site. The Garissa Affordable Housing Project has 408 units of both socio, affordable, and market typology or units. And therefore, and you can see this project started in October, and we hope to complete by January 2026, October 2024, but completion is expected on in January 2026. Within that period, we expect a lot of work to go on. We will be engaging maybe roughly about on average, because there are 6 blocks, different blocks with the various units. We expect that we'll be engaging about 500 to 600 youths per day, especially on the high activity days. And therefore, we know that work is ongoing. We are going to put a lot of pressure on all our contractors so that they can work within the contract period. Of course, with me here is Engineer Njenga, who is the secretary, but he's the one with the task of going to every site, every project site, to ensure that the plan, the activities as planned, the construction is done within the period that we have agreed. His lead, our regional lead or coordinator for this region, Northeastern, is Karanja here with me, and sometimes we also use him for the coast region. But today we are excited because we will be laying the foundation stone in this site.
And of course, Waziri, given that this is a very important project, especially for the government and people at large, and this is the first project within the northeastern region. You know, the president has been clearly stating that this region has been marginalized, it has not received so many developments. So how critical, what are the people on the ground telling you about this particular project?
I think there is excitement because if you can look at the design, the design is very friendly, it's very good. We will ensure that there is within the site, the security wall will be done. There is a kids playing ground. All the amenities that you would expect in a modern living space are going to be there. And this is just our beginning, the phase 1. I think about 2 kilometers away from here, or 1.5 kilometers, we have another site for public works, where we will also be building another 1,000 housing units for affordable housing units. We also have buckets within the region. In terms of this county, we have other jobs. But in terms of it's good that I go down very quickly, that in Garissa Township is where now we have the 408 that we are launching today. And then we have Garissa Town again, just what I have talked about, 1,000. We do have, we will be doing Barabara, you know Barabara. We are at the pre-design stage, working very hard. Within 2 months, 1,500 units will be coming. And it is important that the people of Barabara know that we haven't left them behind. Then we have Ijara and Fafi. Ijara taking 1,000 affordable housing units. And that is already in our current advertisement, so for tendering purposes. And then at a pre-design stage, another 400 for Fafi. We down the list. We also have markets, the ESP markets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 6 markets. That is in those places I've said: Garissa Town, Rajedra, Dadaab. We have Barabara, Fafi, and Ijara. We have ESP markets coming up. 2 are already ongoing. Ongoing one at 24% here in town. And then the others are at evaluation and procurement stage. We believe that our procurement takes between, on average, 60 days will be done with what we need to do. So by April, all those markets will be up and about. And I'm therefore quite excited that when you look at the region, like other regions, we need to accelerate government projects so that the prior marginalization stops being real, and because we are in every county as a state department, we don't want Garissa people to be left behind. These houses are for the ordinary people, and we have very many of them here, people who have no ability to access the market rate homes, and therefore I'm looking at also that we will do between Garissa University. We have already proposed, His Excellency requested that we move very quickly and do hostels for them. So there will be 1,200 hostel units for Garissa University. And also there is a polytechnic, which is national. When a polytechnic becomes national, it's like almost the status in terms of numbers of a university. We will also do 1,200. So we are speaking about a lot of these things, and His Excellency has the list, and I believe he will be expounding on this project. So if you look at what is behind us here, this project, by January, we are not giving the contractor any space to take us slow. We would expect that around February, then we can release the 408 units to the people. These stones are being harvested from here, and of course all the ballast stones, concreting, any material that requires to be done will be done on site. So there will also be a lot of investment outside this site, because if we are talking about delivering stones beyond where we are, then that will be a problem. Of course, some other stones will be brought, I believe will be brought. The ballast is the one we are doing here, and you already can see that. But we are bringing stones from the neighboring counties, where we can get the stones. And we want to disabuse people's mind that one person or 2 people are benefiting. Here in Garissa, the local suppliers are free to engage the contractor for purposes of whatever supply. I have also emphasized that they must make sure the workers eat within the site, so that the contractor has a responsibility to ensure that the cooking for workers is also done, because you can see it's also heavy duty work, and the workers need to be fed. Although they pay for it, it's good that it is is accessible at also good conditions, so that we can take care of their welfare.
And maybe finally, Waziri, given that we're winding up, we were supposed to take it back to the studio. The final question will be yesterday. Yes. I wanted you, especially in terms of the target, which is 200,000 houses. Yes. You clearly made a remark on that, and Kenyans are concerned. So are we likely to see that target ever being reached?
Actually, I can clarify, because I think the nation media deliberately misled and maybe manufactured their own stories. The question that I was asked is, because your target is known and we have spoken about it, 200,000 units. In fact, if we can do 250, because the private sector has at least between 100, we want them to raise from 50 to 100,000, so that overall we can have 300,000. So government target is 200,000. And I said, and we have said before, 140,000 units are in different stages of construction. But because they are in different stages, the ones that are complete, by March, we are releasing 4,888 units. So I don't know where the nation media picked 1,000. Possibly is because I said in Mukuru, we are releasing them in phases. Because they are 13,200, we will be releasing the first 5 blocks. And those are 1,080 from that site alone. But for the 4,800, we are picking from different projects. So I think it is important that we be factual, even as you assist us to highlight and publicize this.
Okay. Maybe quickly, engineer, give us your thoughts quickly in just 1 minute, given they were supposed to hand over this particular project.
Then thank you so much. My name is Engineer Jenga. I'm the one in charge of Project Management Office, in charge of delivery of all the projects in Kenya. As Waziri have said, I want to specifically talk about this Garissa Affordable Housing Project, where we are delivering 408 housing units. We have 6 blocks that are on this site. Apart from the 6 blocks, we are having a kindergarten, and we are going to have a play area for the children and greeneries for the area. We are going to have underground water tank and a borehole, and also we are going to create local economy. We are going to employ, as Waziri has just said, between 500 and 600 people from the local area, and also Mamagedheris. We are having a minimum of 5 of them. And the materials that we are able to get locally, we are going to get, so that we also create a local economy for Garissa.
Thank you so much, Engineer. And thank you, Waziri, also for your time. And of course, you've just heard there from the Cabinet Secretary clearly stating that the target remains 200,000 houses per year. That is what the government is targeting to ensure that Kenyans at least are housed affordably in a conducive environment. Now, of course, I want to take you back to Betty Kiptum, and we'll duly inform you as and when the President touches down in Garissa County.
Thank you very much, my colleague Abdiaziz Hashim there, coming to us from Garissa. Speaking to the Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome. Of course, she is there expecting, or rather to welcome the President later on when he arrives to lay the foundation for the Garissa Affordable Housing Project, a project that will have around 408 units. And she says will employ up to 600 young people per day to participate in that particular project. And we shall be taking you to Garissa once President William Ruto arrives there. But now we